everyone, welcome to another video. I'm Randy, and this is a thread response. And it's a thread started by Mike at MGK Boston, which is his channel, celebrating St. Patrick's Day. And in honor of Mike and St. Patrick's Day, I'm wearing my Boston Celtics hat and my Temple Bar shirt that I got in Dublin. And of course, you can go celebrate. We have a big St. Patrick's Day parade here in Kansas City. But another tradition should be watching the greatest movie of all time, which is John Wayne's The Quiet Man, which was filmed in Kong, around Kong, a lot of it was, and I actually went there and saw where it was filmed. And of course, you also need some Quiet Man Irish whiskey to go with that, watching the movie. Anyway, Mike wants us to spell out Ireland using albums, and so before I mess up anymore, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Spelling Ireland, my I is going to be Irish Rovers. The Irish Rovers, which were a Canadian band. Actually, I think several of these guys were Irish expats, but this album came out in 1967. Their big hit was The Unicorn, and that's what this album is called. And this was on the Decca kind of rainbow label. So that's my I, Irish Rovers. My R is going to be the great country artist Charlie Rich. This is the album Lonely Weekends. Well, actually, this is more of a compilation album. His debut album was called Lonely Weekends, but it was on Phillips International. This is on Sun, which, Sam Phillips started both labels. And if I can get this out. It's the old Sun label. And this one came out in, I think, 1969, actually. But it's got some of his best tunes: Lonely Weekends, Sittin' and Thinkin', Who Will the Next Fool Be? Some great Charlie Rich tunes. He had a great soulful country voice, but he also combined blues, rockabilly, and folk. And late in his career, he even made a jazz album. But yeah, Charlie Rich, great voice. So my R was Rich, and my E is going to be Echo and the Bunnymen. This is actually a mini album, more like an EP, but they call it a mini album. But it has my favorite, probably my favorite Echo and the Bunnymen song, and Do It Clean. And this live version is actually the best version of that. So, and this is on the Sire label. So E for Echo and the Bunnymen. And next is L. I-R-E-L, and this is Nikki Lane, Highway Queen. This came out in 2017. I'd call her sassy Americana. The song I would have you go check out is 700,000 Rednecks, which is a pretty good song. But anyway, Nikki Lane for my L, and she was on New West label. All right, next, an A. I'm going with the Anti-Nowhere League. This album came out in 1987. They were a UK punk band, but this album's kind of been denigrated by some, such as All Music, although Trouser Press, I think, gives it a B+. I quite like it. The bad review was, let's see the label there, GWR, but they compared them to getting more like of The Alarm than their punk roots. But all I can say is, excuse me for being tuneful. This is actually a pretty good album, I like. And I Don't Believe This Is My England would be the song I'd want you to check out. And so that's my A. My N is going to be The Nails. And this is their album Mood Swing, which is their debut. Came out in 1984. it's been compared. I saw one comparison called it the Dam the Dam crossed with the Jim Carroll band, but I'd say there was a little Doors, a little Rough Trade thrown in. These guys were from Boulder, Colorado, and they had kind of a, I don't know if you call it a novelty hit, in 88 lines, about 44 women, but I would say Let It All Hang Out would be the song to check out to get a more idea what their music is like. But yeah, the Nails, Mood Swing for my end. And lastly, my D is going to be the Celtic singer Connie Dover. And this is her album, The Wishing Well. Came out in 1994. Song I would have you check out, and I'm going to probably put a link to this song down below because I think you should hear it. And she sings it in Gaelic or maybe it's the Old Irish. I'm not sure what the difference is, but At Hay Cutting Time is the English translation. She took a poem by an Irish poet and made it into this song, and it's really great. It's, you know, like I said, it's sung in Gaelic or Old Irish or whatever. Anyway, that's my D, Connie Dover, one of the most beautiful voices you'll ever hear. I recommend getting her albums. And that's it. Hope other people can put in a video as well, and I'll put a link down below to Mike's original video as well. So take care.